Facebook Live with us as well. By the way, Andrea, if there's anybody who is asking, if there's anybody who asks any question from the Facebook Live, could you let me know so that I can address it directly?
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that. Bring them up. Perfect.
So earlier I asked, what do you guys do? And let's see. Sunir here, he says that he's from Singapore, trainer for 21 years. 21 years, you're an original gangster, OG. Shunhu says he runs a life insurance agency. Saleh says he's been training for many years. KS, he's in real estate, IT project management, sales marketing. Zahir is a solopreneur for 13 years. Amazing. So let me just introduce myself really quickly. Oops, wrong one. Over here. I hope you guys can see that. So my name is Felix. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Felix. And basically, I'm a business coach and I specialize in helping service-based solopreneurs get clients without selling. And what you guys are here for, you guys want to learn, how do you actually do that? How do you actually get clients without selling, right? You guys want to know, how can you make it so that you can engineer your business so that your clients hunt you instead of you hunting your clients? How can you make it so that whenever you go into a discovery call or a sales conversation, you have a nice, easy, pleasant, stress-free environment, as opposed to the traditional way, which is like you gotta say this and say that, handle this objection and that objection, and all of that pressure. You don't want that. And you're also here because you want to know how to get clients that can actually buy, stay, and refer people to you. In short, I would like to summarize what you're looking for as a form of a more dignified way of doing business, a kind of easy, elegant way and graceful way of doing business. Would you guys say that is true? If that's true, go ahead and type in yes in the chat group right now. And while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna continue a little bit on why I feel that why I know that this stuff works. So for the past 2 years, I have been working with some of the top marketing experts in the world, and you can see this photo over here. It's censored a little bit because I signed an NDA saying that I'm not supposed to disclose a lot of stuff over there. But suffice to say that the speaker on stage stood in the same stage with Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone at a point in time, many famous speakers. And what I've come to see, I have the privilege of working in the internal team of their internal team, and I know how things work on the back end. We are seeing the kind of revenues which is basically making around 500,000 to 1 million US dollars per week kind of revenue, and I personally contribute around 60,000 to 150,000 revenues to those as well. And on top of that, I am also basically co-mentors with some of the industry leaders in Malaysia and as well as Southeast Asia. So these two people over here, you might have heard of them. Steph Lau, she's a very famous course creation expert based in Hong Kong, and she's recently become a high ticket business coach herself, and as well as Maverick Fu from Authority Institute. Maverick is very well known in Malaysia, a man with a very big heart, a very strong reputation over many years. And basically, the funny thing is that for both of them, I used to be their client, and then they became my client. And after that, we partner up together to co-mentor certain things. Very exciting stuff. And also, another reason why I know that it works is that my first online business, which is a fitness business, when I finally took the plunge and went online instead of doing the traditional fitness model, which is operating a gym, in the first month itself, I made 25K. And you can see over here in this photo, that's basically me and a bunch of my students. At that point in time, it was before MCO. So due to a certain story, which I will tell you guys later, but basically I shut down a gym business. And after I shut down the gym business, I decided to go online. And when I go online, I found quite a number of success doing so. And on top of that, at the height of the lockdown, I actually made my second highest earning, and through my fitness business as well. And recently over this year, starting towards the end of last year and over the starting of this year, I actually experimented with this little thing called OBS. And OBS is basically, I can do funny things like, shifting my cameras around. I can change scenes like that. I can do sound effects and a lot of different fun stuff. And I was doing it just for fun. But after a while, I thought maybe I can teach people to do that. And the first time I launched that program, a program that teaches people how to run OBS, I got it sold out for over a span of 4 hours, which is pretty cool. And basically, what I'm trying to say is that number one, I've been into the internal team of many successful marketers. I have co-mentored with successful business trainers, and I have also have the experience of running my own successful businesses online as well and launches as well. And not just in one area. I'm not just a one-trick pony. I've done quite a number of different things as well. So what I'm basically very, very good at is I'm very good at starting something. Scaling businesses, that's not for me. I have no experience in scaling businesses to 7 figures, 8 figures. Even though my mentors are very good at that, I am specifically very, very good at helping people get started in the right direction and make sure that the business is sustainable. So that is basically who I am in a nutshell. And just as a matter of side note over here, doing free workshops like this is a mission for me. This is not just something for me to get my name out or anything like that. This is a mission for me. And the reason why is because I have gone through a lot of hardships in my life. And I have felt what it was like to be on the side of not being able to pay my employees, not being able to, wondering constantly, like, when am I going to put food on my table? Am I able to pay the rent next month? Am I able to support the people who are counting on me? I've been through situations where I went to the ATM machine and I saw just like 600 ringgit inside the ATM machine. So I know how it feels like to be poor. And for this reason, I have made it my personal mission to actually help struggling solopreneurs, people who are struggling and people who can't seem to get the business off the ground. And since the 24th of May, this year, I have been running this program called Thrive Together. Thrive Together is a free program where basically we meet up once a week inside a little platform called Discord. And basically I impart my experience, my wisdom to the people who are willing and committed enough to show up. So these are some of the pictures over here. You guys can actually see from my social media. I'm just gonna very quickly, just to connect with you guys, I'm gonna quickly paste this stuff in the chat group right here. And you guys will be able to add me. Like, if you want to join Thrive Together, you can go and click on the application form. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, you can actually go and do this right now. With that being said, what we're going to be discussing is a few things. Number one, how to get clients without selling. But that's what you're here for. But I want to give you guys a little bit extra. I want to give you guys a little bit extra, and I want to add in 2 more things which I find as a solopreneur is indispensable to you. You really need to know this, which is how do you get clients and maintain your clients without burning out? That is what I want to share with you based on my experience, based on the things that I learned. And I also want to share with you, how do you get clients without selling out? Selling out means sometimes you feel that you don't really like doing something, but you feel that you have to force yourself to do something just because you want to put food on the table. Now, for me, that is a very important thing to consider, because many people are doing that right now. And I want to suggest to you that if you are doing that, it's not going to be sustainable. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to be very unhealthy by the end of the day, which is what happened to me. And so at the end of today's session, I want to show you guys how to put all of these things together, not just getting clients without selling, not just getting clients without burning out, but also getting clients without selling out your core values, your beliefs, and your philosophy. And who this workshop is primarily for, just in case we weren't clear earlier, is this is for service-based businesses. service-based businesses, solopreneurs, and side hustlers, maybe you have an idea that you want to take online. Maybe you are currently working at a job which isn't quite in alignment with you, and you want to get out of the job. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to create an impact in the world. If you are a solopreneur or a side hustler, if you're just starting out, this is for you. And most importantly, you want to go online. That is that. And one last thing before we really begin for real, some ground rules. This is a workshop. This is not a C shop. I want to tell you guys this, make it very, very clear with you guys. What is the point of learning? The point of learning is to get knowledge. Am I right? Okay, the point of learning is to get knowledge. The word knowledge comes from know. You know. Knowing is not believing. Knowing is not thinking. Knowing is not theorizing. And unfortunately, for the most part, most people go to workshops and seminars and webinars and courses with a passive listening ear. They go and say like, okay, let me just sit here and I want to see what is there in store for me. Now, here's the problem with that. If you just listen to what a speaker says, you are just listening to what the speaker thinks is true. You are just listening and just believing what the speaker is saying. Is that knowing? No, it's not knowing, right? It is just you understanding other people's theories. So how do you actually know something? You know something by experiencing it for yourself. Am I right? You're knowing something by experiencing it yourself. So when you guys are, what I want to take you guys through today is a process of serious inquiry. I'm not asking, even though I shared with you my results and the results I'm going to give for people, I want you guys to not believe me. I want you guys to really follow along my line of thought and really question and make this an interactive experience with me. And you decide for yourself by the end of the workshop whether whatever I said to you was it BS or was it based on reality. So the rule is, number one, do not multitask. Do not go and say, okay, I'm going to do my report. I'm going to type it real quick. Do not turn off your cameras. Keep your cameras on. The reason why is because I'm looking at all of your faces. Even as I'm speaking here, I want to see whether you are shaking your head left and right in disagreement, or are you nodding your head in agreement? Okay, I want to see you guys thumbs up or thumbs down. So I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of cues like that. Like if you agree, thumbs up. Everyone thumbs up if you guys agree. Okay, great. Now, if you guys disagree, thumbs down, things like that. You know, I want to make it an interactive experience. I don't want you guys to just agree with everything I say. And for those of you who are on Facebook Live, I want you guys to be ready to type. All right. So sometimes I say, if you agree, type 1, you type 1. If I say if you disagree, type 2, then you type 2. And I also want those of you who are watching the Facebook Live, if you guys are watching a replay, type replay right now so that we know that you're watching a replay. This will highly encourage us as well. So with that being said, let's align. I'm going to bring myself up right now because next section do not require any form of slides. I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions and you guys will tell me either yes or no. Okay, for this exercise, 1 for yes, 2 for no. First of all, you are here because you want to offer your services or your products online. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay, great. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to explain what is an offering. You guys know what's an offering? Offering is a product or a service is not an offering. An offer is a package. Okay, so basically an offer, it means if I'm offering something to you, okay, if I'm offering you a package, that means that it comes with a duration, it comes with a price, it comes with a product, it comes with a program, it comes with all the different deliverables. That's an offer. Now, when you're talking about the word offering, if you are, let's say, having dinner with someone, right? You're having dinner with your friends and your family, and you're having one of those communal dining styles. Okay, those of you who are Chinese, you have the Chinese style. Those who are Indian, you got banana leaf and whatnot. And if let's say you were to offer some food to someone next to you, let's say your grandma or your grandpa or your father, mother, cousin, whoever it is, your loved one. Let me ask you guys this: is this an offer that is given out of generosity or out of selfishness? 1 for generosity, 2 for selfishness. Great. So we are in alignment. Now, so if you're offering something that people want, right? Now, if let's say you're offering food and you know that this person doesn't like this food, there will be a different story. Because you know this person doesn't like it, but you need to offer that food. It's a different story. But if you're offering something that this person, you know this person is their favorite food, and you just offer it, it would be a generosity. So if that's the case, if you're offering someone something that they already want, do you need to convince them to take it? Right? No, you don't need to convince them to take it. I can see so many rigorous shaking over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. The next question. If an offer, whatever you're selling, okay, whatever offer you have in your business right now, if an offer is something that makes perfect logical and emotional sense, you know, and they know they need it right now, not later, right now. And taking on this offer is the best thing for them right now. Do you need to cause any sale to happen? No, you don't need to. The next question. If you know that you're saying something that people want to hear, if you know that you're saying something that people want to hear, would you feel nervous about saying that? No. So what's up with all these problems about selling? People feel, just analyze this for a while. Most people feel that the process of offering something to another person is an act of selfishness. Yes? Many people have that feeling in their head. It's like they feel hesitant. It's like, I don't want to sell this, right? I don't want to offer this. I don't want to appear sleazy. Now, the thing is this: if you're offering something from a genuine and pure space, okay, if you're offering something from a genuine and pure space, then it is best, and you know that it is best for them. You are not being sleazy. But if you're offering something that you know is not quite right for them, or perhaps you do not know whether it's quite right for them, then it is going to be, and you force yourself to do it, then I submit to you, then that would be a little bit sleazy. Likewise, a lot of people complain about, Felix, I don't really like to market myself. I'm an introvert. You know, I'm an introvert. I just don't like writing posts. You know, I'm not techie. I don't like public presentation. I don't like shooting videos of myself. And I feel a lot of nervousness. So I asked them, if you're saying something that you already know that they want to hear this, would you be nervous? And the answer is no. So I'm seeing some comments here. KS say, if you're selling something you don't love, it's just easy. Susan say, I think it is because I've been in situations when you know they are selling. Yeah. Now, if we think about that for a moment, isn't it true that in those kind of conversations where people are trying to hard sell you, they are prioritizing their own needs above yours? Yes? 1 for you, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Yes, 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 yes. So the idea of selling, of getting clients without you selling, without you trying to convince them, without you trying to persuade them, without you trying to manipulate them, is the idea of finding the right clients. So we are aligned so far. The next question. Can someone who doesn't even know you capable of taking up your offer? Yes or no? If they don't even know you, can they take up your offer? Yeah, the answer is obvious, is no, because if I don't even know you, the moment I am in touch with you, I already know you. Does that make sense? The moment I am in touch with you, I already know who you are. No, maybe not very deeply, but I kind of know who you are. If I don't even know who you are, I would not just, okay, this person is buying, this person is selling something. I don't know this. I never met this person. I never talked with them before. I never seen any details of what they're selling. I'm just gonna bank transfer my money to them. No, it doesn't make sense. Now we are established. We established that very well. If you don't know someone, you can't take up their offer. Now, if someone knows who you are, but doesn't trust in your ability to deliver whatever outcome or whatever promise, will they take up your offer? No. And if someone trusts your ability, okay? Now, here's very important. If someone trusts your ability, they know who you are, they trust your ability, but they don't like who you are. For some reason, they just don't like who you are. Will they take up your offer? No. Okay, good. Now we are getting really somewhere, okay? This is very important now. And we make someone trust us. Type it down. Yes or no? Okay. So you can demonstrate your ability, right? You can demonstrate, you can show proof, you can do all kinds of stuff, and people will, when they see enough, they will eventually trust in your abilities to deliver. It depends on the hook. Next question. Last question before we move on. Can we make someone like us? Susan say can, Mickey say can, Jupa say maybe, sure, if you're pretty, yes, can. It's now a little bit undecided, right? Isn't it? Now, this is where I think a lot of people struggle with, right? Because you see, Junho say yes, no, depends on what kind of like and for what purpose. I'm talking about the kind of like that is strong enough for them to enter into a working relationship with you long term. Because again, the objective is to get clients that not only buy, but they also stay and they refer more clients. See, here's the thing. I'm going to suggest, I know we are kind of divided by half here, but I'm going to suggest that you can't make people like you. That's what I'm going to suggest. Now, to demonstrate this, I'm going to tell you guys a story. Boy meets girl. They have a conversation. They hit it off, right? They hit it off. They quite like each other. And as they keep on talking, and they talk, they feel this bond between them. You know what I mean? They felt this bond between this boy and girl. They said they had this chemistry going on. So the boy eventually, after about 30 minutes talking with the girl, he eventually mustered up his courage. Right? This boy and this girl is like teenagers. He mustered up his courage and he says, "Would you like to go to the movies with me?" And the girl go like, "Sure." You know, so they went out. They have a lovely evening together, and the boy, having more courage now, he started to say, "Okay, can we go another one?" And the girl said, "Yeah, sure. I really enjoyed my time tonight." Yeah, so they planned another one, and after a couple more dates, something happened. This boy realized that he's completely head over heels with her. And then it began. Because the boy didn't feel that he's not the smartest person in the room. He is not the best looking person in the room. He's not the wealthiest person in the room, right? There's a lot of other boys who are more than him, right? Sunir asked me, speaking from my own experience. Sunir, you bet you. Of course, I'm speaking from my own experience, but I got no shame admitting that because it's such a valuable learning experience, you know? Now, here's the thing. Like if we feel that we are not as good as some other people in certain areas, then what do? What is a natural course of reaction? What is a natural course of action this boy would take? He would try to, the word is he would try to impress her. He would try to impress her, right? So he would send her flowers, he would send her chocolate, he would pay extraordinary attention to her, and he would do this for her. He would do all kinds of favor for her. He would follow her around, right? He would pick up her bag for her, right? He would stick he would stick it up for her whenever someone tries to do something bad to her. He would defend her. You get what I mean? He would defend her. Now, the more he tries to do this, can you guys predict what the girl's behavior is? How did the girl feel? Yeah, for those of you who said you disagree just now, like how would the girl feel now? She ran away. And then comes the ghosting, and then comes the excuses. Oh no, I'm a bit sick tonight, I can't go out right now. Yeah. Because you see, when the boy start to feed from his insecurities, when the boy is projecting his insecurities, what happens then? The boy starts to take action based on those things, and he is operating from a space where he's prioritizing his own needs above hers. Does that make sense, guys? Right? Many of you who are in relationship, you know what I'm talking about. When you, yeah, some of you life is hard for the boys. Of course, it's hard for the boys. Yeah. So the thing is, you kind of need the right treatment at the right stage, So if the other party isn't responding, you cannot respond. You cannot do more than the other party. It takes two hands to clap. So when it comes to liking someone, what makes someone like another person? There is a certain quality or a certain value that is compatible to another person. Okay, I'm using relationship, but I want you guys to start projecting this into marketing now. Right? I am known among my clients to be very strict. And guess what? My clients love me being strict. Right? They love me calling them out on their BS. But that is not 100% the case for many people. Some people, they feel the need for a coach who will never call them out, who will always have the protective space around them, and that's perfectly well. And I want to submit that a strict treatment is also perfectly okay as well. It just depends on who your market is. That is the reason why I said you cannot make someone like you, but you can. Here's what you can do. You can show more of your values, right? You can talk about your belief systems. You can talk about your values. You can talk about your philosophies. You can live life the way your values are meant to be followed. And in the process of you leading your own life, you will find other people start following you. That's what you can do, but you can't directly manipulate someone to like you. So where does that leave us? If you need people to like you and trust you, here's the next part. Here's the first part, okay? Now we are going to enter into, now that we are aligned, we're going to enter into the first point here, how to get clients without selling. You need people. If people need to like you and trust you in order to buy, but you can't make them like you, what must be done? What do you guys think must be done? Type in the chat. What do you guys think must be done? What is the strategy here? Be around to be helpful. Be interested in them. You know what, guys? They already know you're interested with them. In them. Referral. Be present. Do things aligned to their needs. Attract those who will like you. I like what Andrea has just said. Attract those who will like you. Be legit, yes. Be legit. Here's my take on it. You can call it however way you want. For me, I think we are talking about the same thing. For me, it's about time management. Put it in the most logical context. It's time management. In marketing, in my take of the marketing, we can be present, we can be loving, we can be kind, we can be empathetic, we can be there. I can just be there. I can be authentic. I can do all of that, okay? But what if you are constantly being there for the people who will never like you? What if you're constantly being interested in the people who will never like you? What if you're around to be helpful on the people who will never like you? It just doesn't make sense, isn't it? So marketing is equal parts disqualifying and equal parts qualifying. There was once a coach. I went to this person's course. His name is Rich Litvin. If you guys know Rich Litvin, just raise your hands if you know Rich Litvin. You guys know Rich Litvin? Nobody? Okay, never mind. He's a very successful coach, famous coach. He wrote the book The Prosperous Coach, and he said this in his course. Whenever I enter into a room, there are people who will never like me, and there are people who will always like me. And then there's a large number of people in between. My only job is to create a separation between the two. So if you are undecided, my role is to help you decide whether you like me or not. Nothing else. That's the most I can do. So it is about time management. And the accurate treatment, now just now we talk about love a little bit, okay? So let me follow that up by another analogy related to romance. So I want you guys now to imagine someone in your mind who is physically attractive to you. Not attracted, physically attractive. That means they look very appealing to you. Well, this person, like if you, whatever your orientation is, okay, whether you prefer men, you prefer women, okay, whatever your orientation is, just picture that in your mind. Now picture this person, and picture the exact opposite of this person. Okay, this person, you are really not physically attractive to them. Now, in their mind, they're thinking, I need to show more skin. Now, remember, this person, you are totally not physically attracted to them at all. You don't prefer the way they look. And they say, in order for me to attract this person, I need to show more skin. And the more they show, the more they don't stop. My eyes. Makes sense, guys. Now, what do typical marketers do? What do typical coaches, trainers, solopreneurs, what do they do in an attempt to market their product? What do they do? 50% off. Here's my program details. You create a nice poster. Here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Normal price, $2,000 US. Today only $300. Thing, right? See, you see the connection? It doesn't make sense. You have to treat the right person the right way. Unless someone is more interested, unless someone has shown you more indication that they are interested in what you have, you don't show them more. So marketing is about equal parts qualification and disqualification. And here's what you do with the people who are qualified. People who are disqualified, you stop wasting time with them. That's the first secret to getting clients without selling. The people who are disqualified, you don't spend any more time with them. But the people who are qualified, that means there is a potential, there is a possibility, okay? People who are qualified, your only work with them is to nurture them. Now, here's the thing. There are various different stages of someone's interest. And so I want to show you guys this one over here. Just look at my screen here. You see this cute little emojis over here? Just imagine these emojis as a representative of the sentiment that people have about you. There is the one on the most right, which is very skeptical. And then there's one which is over next, like next to the leftmost or second rightmost. That guy is like, what's going on here? A bit curious, but not wow, not impressed. And then the next one is impressed. The next one is very impressed. And the next one is, yeah, they are you. They're like, super happy. By the way, there's the one which is on the leftmost that is representative of you. So there are many different sentiments beyond this, but we're not going to cover all of it. But basically, just imagine all of your clients, all of your prospects, everyone on planet Earth is categorized into either one of these people. For simplicity's sake, there are degrees of interest. There are degrees of qualification. The people who are qualified, who are not disqualified, the people who are not disqualified, your only work with them is to nurture them. That's your only job with them. What do I mean by nurture? Nurture simply means you are showing more progressively. That's the keyword, progressively. In the same way where you don't just like, hey, howdy, want to marry me? You don't do that, right? You take it in progressive stages. And the key here is to know how to gauge those stages. That is very important. And when you nurture, you are showing them more of yourself, more of your work, more of your beliefs, more of your philosophies. That's all you do. So a lot of times people use social media as a way to promote themselves. Stop doing that. You're not using social media as a way to promote yourself. You're using social media as a way to showcase your belief systems, what you're about, your values. And over time, people in social media who looks at these things, who resonates with your values, they will then gravitate towards you. Does that make sense, guys? If it makes sense, type in 1. Now, I've created a framework to make this really easy to understand. So there are 4 different categories. There are many more categories, but I just want to simplify it into these 4. It's very simple. Strangers are the people who don't know you at all. All right. Strangers are the people who don't know you at all. They don't care about you. They don't care much for what you have to say. And then there are audience. Audience are the people who have their ear. Right? They are interested to see you. They're interested to listen to what you have to say, read your articles, but they are not committed beyond that. That means if you show them anything more than, let's say, a short post, they're not interested enough. They're not invested enough to want to know more. Community are the people who are already resonating with your values. They are the people who resonate with your beliefs. They agree with your methodology. And these are the people who are very willing to spend time with you. My community thrives together. People come in every single week to listen to what I have to say. And I don't force people to come in. They just come in. And in fact, I put hurdles. You know, if any one of you want to join Thrive Together, the first thing you need to go through is you need to fill in the application form. Right? After you fill in the application form, you need to go through the onboarding. And then after that, you have to use this annoying little app called Discord, where most people would hate to use. Then you get to join Thrive Together. And yet people still come. So community are the people who are invested enough. They may not yet pay you money, but they invested enough to spend time with you. They want your time. And your clients are the people who resonate so strongly that they're willing to pay money for you. Now, the key here is this. You don't do business with strangers. You don't do business with strangers. Never, ever. Because now I want you guys to imagine this. About a month ago, a friend of mine, I known him for 2 years. No, not 2 years. 4 years. I know him for 4 years. He's an insurance agent. He sells car insurance. He texted me out of the blue. He didn't do any pretension. You know, sometimes people do, hey, Felix, do you want to go out for coffee? You know, sometimes people do that. This guy, he didn't do that. He just went straight at it. He said, promotion for car insurance, this amount. He wrote a very nicely crafted post, all right? He drew up a very nice poster, and he was sending PM one by one to every single person. Here's the thing. I don't have a car. It's like a butcher trying to sell meat to a vegetarian. You know? And you know, on the same week, in the same week, okay, I received 4 PMs on LinkedIn asking me, "Hey, are you looking for a internet website designer? Hey, are you looking for a Shopee designer? Hey, are you looking for this? Hey, are you looking for that?" How do you guys feel? Exhausted, isn't it? Exhausted. Would you do business with someone like that? No. Here's the worst part. Beyond annoying the hell out of your target audience, after they have the interaction with you, they make a decision that they will not do business with you. And you have just effectively doubled the barriers to connect with this person. So when my personal take is this, because this is my sentiment. I'm not going to impose my sentiment on anyone, but this is my sentiment. Every time someone does this, like to me, I feel that they are ruining their reputation. They're ruining their reputation. They are making the internet an unsafe place. Because imagine if everybody started doing this. I wouldn't want to be online if everybody started doing this. Seriously. So it is. I think that this is something is a systemic problem in society that has got to stop. And the only reason why people keep doing that is because they lack education. They don't know that it doesn't work. They think that it is effective. Right? Oh, if let's say 1 out of 1,000 messages I send buys, I'm happy. Right? For the price of that one sale is larger than you think. So that's the first thing. We don't sell to strangers. But we get strangers to come to us. And here's how we do it. We give an opportunity for strangers to become a part of our audience. And we give our audience an opportunity to become a part of our community. And then we give our community, and only our community, an opportunity to become part of our clientele. Now, why is that so important? Why is that so effective? Because the barrier to entry is a lot more simpler. Now, if I'm a stranger, if I don't know who you are, if you immediately try to present your product or your service, it's a hassle for me to spend time with you on a free discovery call. You know, it used to be, I think about 3 years ago or 5 years ago, it used to be that a free discovery call sounds very appealing. Today, a discovery call is not appealing at all. Because everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is presenting a discovery call. Right? Just go online and you can see discovery call, discovery call. But if let's say you say, okay, if you like let's say you are on YouTube. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. 5 seconds. It doesn't affect my viewing experience. And if I really like your content, I will like and subscribe. And if I like and subscribe, I would effectively become your audience, am I not? Right. Wait, now, another thing. Audience to community. Again, audience. If I'm an audience, it means if you're an audience, okay? If you are an audience, if you are not invested enough to come to this workshop to listen to me speak, and you are just, you know, like, I just want to see what Felix has to say. You know, I'm a bit free right now, right? I can watch Felix's, you know, like if I try to sell you something, it's not going to have very good effect. It's going to be pretty slow. The sales, I would be wasting time effectively. But imagine this. Let's say you guys are part of BNI. You guys know BNI? Right, BNI? Okay, cool. If you're part of BNI, if you're part of JCI, Lions Club, Rotary Club, or any of those organizations, or maybe even Toastmasters, whenever you are there, you are speaking to them. These are not your community members. These are your audience members. If you give them a pull, if you say, hey, I have this free gift, and this free gift is directly related to them. Don't just come up with any free gift. The free gift has to be directly related to them. I have this free gift. If you want it, contact me for a one-to-one, and I'll give you this free gift. Isn't it a lot more easier to accept? Right? I'm running this workshop. If you want to learn about this, come to the workshop. it's a lot more easier to accept. If they don't say, because they already given you the time to pitch, you get what I mean? But they haven't given you the time to sell. Yeah. So whenever you're outside, whenever you're interacting, networking, last time you passed name cards. Nowadays, you no longer pass name cards, please. You need to pass away free stuff. Here's my book. All right. Here's my PDF. All right. Here's my tool that I created. All right. Here's my checklist. Here's my free stuff. Here's my free stuff. Here's my free stuff. You want that? If let's say the other person is not interested in your free stuff, they are not your target market. Then there's no harm, no foul. Isn't that a lot more easier? Everyone do this with me. Take a deep breath and say, so much more chill when you operate business that way, you know? And then people who are a part of your community means what? It means that they are interested to, no, they're not just interested to hear what you have to say, they're interested with your methodology. They probably acknowledge you as the expert or the go-to guy. And it doesn't take much to enroll them. Now, this has many different terms. Veteran marketers or copywriters would call this your database. Google once wrote an article called ZMOT, which is a zero moment of truth. But essentially, what it really is just relationship. It is the people in your community that like who you are. If they don't like who you are, they will not be in your community. So if you have a community, every now and again, whenever you need client, all you just got to do is just ask who is interested to explore more. That is all you need to do. If you have a very enrolled clients, you have a very enrolled or an engaged community, that's essentially it. Because these people already buy into your philosophy. Thrive Together just started in May. Right now, we don't have that many people, but 40% of the people who shows up for the calls are my clients. You see? And these are the people these are the clients that I got free of charge. No ads, no hard selling, no pushing. There was one lady, her name is Renuka. You will see her photo later. She sent me a text. She said that the first time I went into Thrive Together session, I knew immediately that you're going to be my coach. We get on a call and it was so easy. So this is what I want to share with you guys. And this is basically the circles. It's called the circles of influence. The idea is very simple. You just get people to go from right to left. This lady here, her name is Jessica. And when she first came in, let me tell you guys something a little bit about, I need to show you guys this. Yeah. This lady, her name is Jessica, and she's a life coach. When she first came in, she joined many courses, Here's the problem with courses. You have all the knowledge and all the information, but you do not know where to start. And people are constantly giving you strategies that works for them, but not for you. So when she came in, she's a very experienced marketer. She used to run an agency by herself. And in spite of that, she find it difficult to market her own program because coaches need coaches too. So I reflected, we had a conversation a little bit about that. And what I realized with her is that she made a certain mistake, which is something that happens to most of us anyway, because she is so passionate about what she does. She's constantly using her own terminologies, her languaging system to talk to people, and people won't resonate. So I said, here's what you do. Create a community, because she has a pretty big following on social media. Create a community, gather like-minded people, join the community, your community. And every week, just offer them value. And when you're offering them value, learn about your market. Just learn, just pay attention. That's all you need to do. Just pay attention, be curious, pay attention to what they're saying, what their struggles are, what they want. That's all. And in one of those sessions, someone actually contacted her after that. They got into conversation. Done. She worked with me 1 month. That's all she worked with me. That's all the time she spent with me. 1 month, Jessica. And in that 1 month, she enrolled for her completely new offer, completely new business. She enrolled 3 people, each of them paying USD $500. Now, because she's Malaysian, it's a big deal for Malaysians. So there is like around 6,000 ringgit Malaysia, which is what most people's monthly salary is already. First month. So all I'm saying is this part here, I promise you guys, the first part, getting clients without selling is the longest. The rest one is very, very short. But does this make sense, guys? If this makes sense, type in 1. If it makes perfect sense, great. Next section here. Now, I want to share this with you guys because it's so important. Most people don't know this. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. See, when I was operating my gym, I used to own a gym. I thought that ads is the way to go. So I started running ads. On average, we spend around 2,000 to 3,000 ringgit Malaysia, sometimes 4,000 to get people. And guess what? On the first month of doing this, we got like the ballpark of around 200 leads. And my schedule went from like completely zero to being overly full. I was having like 8 discovery calls a day. It was insane. I had a backlog of like 1.5 months. And you know what? We managed to like enroll most of these people. But the problem is the very next month, most of them leave because they had a bad experience. And the reason why they had a bad experience is because my business wasn't ready. Not only was my business wasn't ready, I was burnt out. Okay. You know the saying, hurt people hurt people? When you are burnt out, you are not going to be pleasant to work with. Are you guys hearing me? When you are burnt out, you are not going to be pleasant to work with. If you are stressed, exhausted, if your mental well-being isn't taken care of, you're not going to be pleasant. People won't buy. Even if people will buy, they will not stay. So that is a very, very important thing for you guys to understand that. And it's something which most people don't tell you. Like when you go to these courses, right, most of them, they talk about, hey, you can get how many leads within how long? They don't tell you the backstory. So this lady here, her name is Renuka, Coach Rainey. She's a child transformation expert. So when she joined me, she was like, she had a new offer, right? She wanted to leave her job, you know, and she wanted to start her own program. She don't know where to start. She had a full-time job. She's a side hustler. She wants to start. And at first, the problem is too free. Why too free? Because she doesn't know what to do. Right? Don't know what to do. No clients. Too free lah. So what did she do? I taught her the whole circles of influence and whatever. She go and apply. She started applying. Man, she got so much result. But here's the thing. Look at the date over here. Now she sent me a note of gratitude because she felt that you know what, I'm going to quickly switch away from this slide because it's a bit embarrassing what she says. But basically, look at the date, 30th of July, right? And on the 4th of August, she sent me another text, right? So she sent me another text saying, just to update you, my achievement for this month as of today is 2,200, which I'm very happy to announce to you. And then what happened? Oh, sorry, I didn't show you guys the screen, huh? Sorry. This is Coach Renuka. This was the date, 30th of July, 2021. And over here is actually the next date, 4th of August, 2021. Now, in just 4 days, 2,200. The reason why is very simple. Her system was set up already. Her system was starting to set up. She's starting to get more clear about her goals, about her journey, about what needs to be done. She has stopped signing up for new courses all the time. She has started taking proactive and productive action. Here's the problem that came up directly after that. She got too many inquiries. She had so many inquiries that she was getting, like, on top of juggling her own work, things started to break down. So because of this, right, I wanted to share this with you guys. This thing here. There's a difference between asset and activity, you guys. Asset and activity. An asset is something that you built once and it keeps working for you. An activity is something that you have to keep on putting effort. An SOP is an asset. A Google document that you send to your clients to onboard them is an asset. A PowerPoint slide is an asset. A sales page is an asset. A landing page is an asset. An email system, nurture system is an asset. A social media post formula that you learn is an asset. There are many, many, many different kinds of asset. But most solopreneurs are spending too much time in the activity mode. That is the reason why the burnout happens. And why does this relate to what we're talking about, which is getting clients without selling? Because you don't want to just get clients without selling once. You want to get clients without selling for the rest of your life. You want a business that works for you. You have left an employment. You don't want to go back into your own employment. It's like, now instead of having one boss, now I have 20 boss. Right? So you want to create a business that works for you. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to very, very briefly go through this with you guys. There's startup, scale up. Would you guys, oh, sorry. Is it me or am I not seeing the slide? Okay, KS, you got to basically look at my screen because I share screen through my screen. All right, so there's a difference between starting up and scaling up. Would you guys agree? Another inquiry. Would you guys agree that a scaling up strategy does not apply for a startup strategy? And vice versa. If you agree, type yes, type 1. Yeah. Yeah. When you're talking, like, most solopreneurs are stuck. So many solopreneurs that I meet are stuck. The reason why is because they are in the startup phase and they're worried about things like, oh, how do I protect my IP? How do I run ads? How do I hire new people? How do I do this? You know why? Because they have no time. Because they don't have time, therefore they feel that they need to hire people to do things for them. But that's a trap. Because that is not something that you do right now. It's something that comes far later on. So here's what I normally tell people to do. Survive, stabilize, scale. That is the sequence. First and foremost is this one here. The most important thing as a solopreneur to take care of is yourself. That means you need to have systems in place and assets in place to take care of your emotional, mental well-being, your health. Because if you break as a solopreneur, if you break, your entire business breaks. And then the next one is client enrollment. Client enrollment is it's like this. Whenever I talk to people, especially in the networking groups, I ask them, out of 10 people who sits on a discovery call with you, how many people actually buy? And you know what? Most of them says 1, 3. Now, here's the thing. Here's why that's a problem. If you need to have 10 conversations, to make one sale, and you do 10 conversations a week, that's very exhausting, by the way. By the end of 4 months, or by the end of a month, you only get 4 sales. That's very low. You can't even feed yourself. And these are the people that typically want more leads. Because I need more numbers, I need more calls, right? This is how it looks like. This is like you have a bucket. Okay, it's like this. You have a bucket. Imagine you have a bucket and you're trying to fill a bucket with water, and there are 2 gaping holes at the bottom of the bucket. Right? And you're just pouring water, and why isn't the bucket filling up? Right? So that's what needs to happen. The client enrollment side of things needs to happen need to be on point before you start thinking about anything else. And then stabilization, build a community, engage your audience step by step, and then scale. Then only you talk about team. Then only you talk about how can I reach out to strangers. Notice that most people, when they started out, it's like, oh, the people around me aren't interested in what I have. Can I reach out to cold market? You're wasting time. So just to give you guys a little bit of an example here. This thing here, I'm going to show you guys my dashboard. This thing here This is a dashboard that I use for all my clients. And if you guys can't see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see better. This is a dashboard I do for my clients. Every single one of my clients have a tab underneath here. And these tabs represents how far they are in terms of their business development. There are levels to a business. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. There are assets that you build for yourself. There are assets that you build for your client, your community, audience, strangers, fans, and everything has its time and place. I want you guys to understand that. The way I arrange this is that every single checkbox is an asset that someone has to build. You know, the unfortunate thing is, look at this, the first box here, it says prospect. Do you know your prospect? And this part here, do you know your target market? This part here determines the entire course of your business from here on out. Everything to the top, all the way to the top, right? Here's the problem. Most people think they know their target audience, but they don't know. They just assume. They confuse intuition with projection. And end up what happens is that they bark up the wrong tree. Because they identify the wrong market, they figure out the wrong problem, the wrong pain, the wrong promise, the wrong proof, the wrong purpose, it has a cascading effect on everything else. So whenever you guys are starting a business, you guys need to make sure that every single step, number one, every asset must be built. That's for sure. Number two, every single step that you do is done properly. So as an example, most people, when they think about, over here, right, there is an ecology checklist over here. Okay, ecology checklist means clients, oh, sorry, you can't see, right? I'm going to shift my camera a little bit. This ecology checklist over here on my right here. So this ecology checklist determines how suitable a target market is. Are they urgently trying to solve their problem? Are they reachable? Are they already on their way? Do you have chemistry working with them? Are they already paying money for it? And do they want you? And you know, the unfortunate truth is that most of the time people just assume this kind of stuff, and they started questioning, hey, how would I come up with a webinar? How can I post more consistently online? How can I run ads? Should I start a YouTube studio? Hey, Clubhouse is amazing. Clubhouse is amazing. Everyone is on Clubhouse, right? I should probably go on Clubhouse. People get distracted. And I'm hoping that in this mini workshop, you guys don't get distracted too. And this reason why it's so important for me to share this with you guys is because it's personal to me. There is this, I want to show you guys this picture right here. This is a picture of me and a couple of my ex-team members. I left the company already, but this lady right here is a special one in my life. She is one of my first mentors, right? And when I met her immediately after my gym business shut down, I was feeling very lost. I wanted to know how does this whole internet marketing, how does this business thing work? Because I'm tired of thinking that I know. I want someone to tell me whether I really know or not. And when I first, oh, you see Gavin, these guys, Gavin, we work together, and he's ex-team member. So, but this lady over here in red, okay, that's who I want to direct your attention to. So I owe her a lot of gratitude, because the first time I met her, I showed her my plans. You know, like in typical email marketing, internet marketing style, I have upsell, downsell, cross-sell, side sell, all those things. I have super complicated funnels. And what happens after that is that I tried to build it and I was stuck. And Shannon told me, you're wasting all of your time. And she took my whole paper. She scrapped away like 90% of the paper. She said, just do this and just do this. And guess what, guys? In the next month, I made 25 grand by focusing on something small, something actionable, and something doable. So the point of this that I'm trying to drive home is just this. Your business must work for you. You need to apply only the right strategy, build only the right asset at the right time. I know you have a lot of ideas. You cannot be so absorbed with those ideas. You must focus on only one thing at a time. And with that done, let me just move on to the last one. How to get clients without selling out. So I want to show you guys this guy here. His name is Derek Lim. He is a new coach. He's a new coach, and you know the funny thing is he joined this networking group called Happiness Business Fellowship with me. I received a call from the membership committee. Hey, and someone said someone said to me, "Hey, Derek sounds very new, huh?" He's very new. He's like, and what I told him was that what you don't know is just yesterday he closed his first client on a retainer basis for 1 whole year of contract at 3,000 ringgit per month. He's very new. He has no experience doing business coaching. All this while, he's a second generation owner of a stationery store. No experience, yeah? Now, here's the thing though. Even though he took action now, he actually wanted to become a business coach for a very long time. And when he first came, his problem was that he felt that he doesn't have the discipline to follow through. He feels that he needs to force himself to do things. And here's the problem with willpower, guys. When you force yourself to do things, you will only last so far. And this came from my days in fitness. You know, people think that, you know, if I want to lose weight, if I just get accountability buddies, everything will change. That's not true. So when Derek first came, he asked me, "Hey, Felix, can you kick my ass? Can you get me to be accountable to do my work and whatnot?" I said, there's no need to do all of those things. And there's no need because it is not the willpower that is a problem. Why is this relevant to you? Very simple. How many of you feel at times, have you ever felt at times where you know what you need to do? You know exactly why you need to do it, but for some reason you procrastinate, right? For some reason you couldn't bring yourself to do it. And sometimes you even know that you're procrastinating, but you can't get yourself to do it anyway. Why does this happen? This is the last great challenge a solopreneur has. A solopreneur has given up a structure. If you're a solopreneur, you used to have a structure in the form of an employment. When you're in employment, you have a boss who gives you the consequences, laid it out very clearly. If you don't do work, here's what's going to happen. You have an environment, the office, and you have your seniors to give you perspective on the tasks you need to do. But as a solopreneur, you don't have any of those things. You are forced to rely on yourself. And so that's what I told Derek, and this is what I came up with. This is called the momentum trifecta. And the momentum trifecta essentially is just 3 things. In order for you to get momentum, in order for you to do anything effectively, 3 things is necessary. First is clarity. You need to know exactly what to do. You need to know how to do it. You need to know exactly what to do now, what to do this week, what to do this month. It's the timeline. It's not just about what is the overall big picture. Because would you guys agree, if I were to show you this, if I were to show you this whole thing right here, and I teach you guys all of these things, I give you all the information over here, every single one, every single thing I know, over the span of an intensive 1 week, will you guys be able to remember? No, you won't be able to remember. That's why this matters. You don't need to know so many things. You need to know what you need to do now. That's the first thing, clarity. The second thing is perspective. The reason why a lot of people have very bad relationship with selling, right? We have very bad relationship with giving an offer. And then they meet someone like me who have a very good relationship with offering stuff. The reason why they have bad relationship with offer is because of the perspective that they hold about business, about life, about selling, about marketing, about many, many different things. But the moment you shift it around, the moment you see on the other side of it, things started to change. And you find yourself loving the thing that comes. And this happens when, just to go a bit dark, this happens when someone you know and love pass away. When you look at them and all the while that they are alive, You look at them and it's like, this person's so annoying. And the moment they pass it, oh, this person is so loving, this person is so kind. It's the same person, but you just looked at it in a completely different way. So perspective and environment. Who are you surrounded by? What's your external environment? What's your internal environment? So these are what is necessary. And by the way, this is the text that Derek sent me. I just secured my first paid 1-year contract, $3,000 a month. Very thankful to all of you. And there are also other things as well, like okay, I'm gonna pause over here a little bit. I want to recap. First and foremost, in order for you to get clients without selling, use the circles of influence. Use the framework I talked to just now. Don't try to do business with strangers. All you do with strangers, you give them an opportunity to become an audience, and you give your audience an opportunity to become your community. Give your community an opportunity to become a part of your clients. Okay? Strangers to community to audience, audience to community, or community to client. Very simple. You don't need to force things. All you need to do is just add more people into your circles of influence. The second thing I want you guys to remember is how to get clients without burnout is by following the business stages. Apply startup strategies for startup companies. Apply scaling strategies for scaling companies. You need to know and you need to assess for yourself what is best for you. And finally, momentum trifecta. Getting clients without burnout is about surrounding yourself with the right people, having the right perspective, and also having clarity over exactly what needs to be done at any moment in time. So with that being said, I want to share with you what is the possibilities if you do this right. Everything I promised earlier. If you just understand what is going on in the circles of influence, within your community, you are the market leader. Does that make sense, guys? Within your community, there is no one else that your community would go to except you. Because you're there, you've been there, you have nurtured them from the start. Clients will hunt you. Whenever you go into conversation, if someone is not ready to buy, okay, send them to your community. It's so simple, right? And then the clients that do buy, they're happy, they stay, they refer. So I've discovered and I've shared with you guys what I know about how to start the thing properly. And I just want to take like basically 3 minutes. So can you guys just type down inside the chat, what is the biggest value you've gained before I wrap up today's session? Type it down. So it says create community, perspective, clarity, nice structure, strategy, clarity. Community will make business easier. Yeah. Do whatever it takes to build your community. And here's my invitation for you guys. You see, what comes next is entirely up to you. I want to tell you guys this one thing. Many people feel that they need to learn and learn and learn and learn. But ultimately, what people are looking for, what you guys are looking for, I'm going to suggest only, okay? You guys can assess for yourself whether this is real. I want to suggest that every time you go out and you pay for a course, all you're really looking for is perspective, clarity, and environment. You feel nice to be immersed in the environment. You feel nice to have more clarity, more perspective. But you can actually get all of those things by yourself. And what you do with this information is entirely up to you. If it feels overwhelming, there's a lot we cover here. We have to squeeze everything in 90 minutes. If it feels overwhelming, it's normal. You see, here's the e-myth. People go into entrepreneurship thinking that they will get more time, more money, less work. Here's the thing. This is only true. You will only have more time, more money, and less work if your business is working for you. If your business isn't working for you, you actually spend more time working, you have less time for yourself, you have less money, and you have more work. So here's my invitation for you guys. Get a mentor or a coach. Okay. Now, I offer mentoring services myself, and this is not a shameless plug. This is coming sincerely from myself, even if it is not me. Go and get a mentor or a coach. That is my sincere appeal to you guys. Because it took me 80,000 ringgit in losses, losing a business, and almost killing myself in the process to finally acknowledge to myself that, hey, I probably need someone to give me feedback. It is not learning that is the key. You need people to give you feedback about what you're doing, where your direction is heading. So there are many things that I can share, but having that mentor really make a difference for me. You know, the first time I make the 25K, right? My income jumped like 6 times. I was used to making like 4K a month, right? And you know what I realized at the end of it? I realized that money is nothing. It is not money that we are all looking for. It is actually dignity. It is actually the feeling that, hey, my path is validated. I have made the right choice to pursue my passion. That is what we are all really looking for. It is that pursuit of happiness. But the problem is money, for as long as it's just hovering over there, for as long as we're still struggling, for as long as we're still concerned about how we're going to feed ourselves, we have no time to really consider other aspects of our well-being, other aspects of our life. We're always caught up with just money. And so here's what you need. In order for you to, here's what you really need in order for you to be, I think, to be a successful solopreneur. Number one, responsibility. Responsibility means this is not a time for you to say, oh, I'm not a techie person, I cannot go on Facebook. It is not a time for you to go and say, but I do not know how this, how that, do not know how. Everything is just a Google away. You need, and from you cannot say this is the situation, I can't do anything about it. Responsibility means this is the situation and this is what I'm going to do about it. And then the next bit is commitment. After you are responsible, after you make a decision, a firm decision to step up, to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue, is to being relentless and resilient in the face of challenges. We never know whatever challenges that is coming. We just know that it's coming. When challenges comes, the depth of our commitment, it will be tested. And finally, courage. One thing that I now know absolutely for sure, which I invite you guys to think about, is that there is no abundance in certainty. Many people who are solopreneurs or many people who are starting up their own business, they're coming from an employee mindset. An employee craves certainty. That's the deal. I get this amount of pay, right? I get this amount. I don't have to decide so many things, but I get certainty. Every month I get a paycheck. An entrepreneur doesn't have this luxury, but an entrepreneur has a potential to live a far more exciting life. So if you have already chosen to be an entrepreneur, forget about certainty. Focus on abundance. So here's what I want to give you guys. Now, I'm actually looking for case studies. Now, there are many ways that you can work with me. We're going to do some Q&A after this. We have some time. But there are many different ways, just to put it that way. I run free programs. I also run certain partial sponsorship programs. I also run full-time programs. We do not know which one will work for you. But if you feel that I am someone who can actually help you get started properly, then here's my invitation. Let's have a chat. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm not going to try to convince you or anything. I'm just going to put my link over here. This link is a link to my Facebook Messenger. So if you feel that you're someone if you feel that I am probably suitable, if I've given you like some fresh ideas and you want to pursue this conversation with me, just go ahead and click that link. Say hi. Can we do a call? And then I will get back to you. All right. So with that being said, I think we have time for some Q&A. Okay. Before we do Q&A, Andrea, do you want to do some group photo?
Yes, I think we can do that. I will just take away your spotlighting.
Yeah.
Do the people want to be live? Because until now it was just your face. If they want to show, let's make a thumbs up if you are okay with doing the group photo live, or I just stop the live. It's up to you.
Yeah. How about, I have an idea. If that's the case, then how about we do the Q&A first? And then after that, we do the live group photo.
I will
after
stop the live
stop.
later. Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So anyone have any questions? Just go ahead and type it down. Sabrina said, I do not get certainty in employment as your life in other people's hands. Yeah, here's the thing, Sabrina. You are aware now. You are aware now. You are aware that even as an employee, you don't have a certainty. But many people are still in employment because of the illusion of certainty that it gives. Because to be honest, here's my take on it. There is no certainty in anything anyway. But there are places where the illusion of certainty is there. And employment is one of those places. Because when an employer is trying to recruit you, he will just say a lot of sweet things, isn't it? Like, you follow me, and I give you this, I have loyalty. Loyalty goes both ways, and then COVID-19 happened. Sorry, I can't take care of you, sorry. Yeah, COVID teaches many things about uncertainty. Unfortunately, it is true. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about everything that I discussed just now? Like, I think perhaps it might be good if, let's say, I can hear from some of you. Like, just share me your honest thoughts about what you've learned. If there's anything you agree or disagree, I'm looking for it.
We have a question. How long did it take you to build your community?
Oh, I built Thrive Together since end of May. So now it's 4 months. I have like 40 people inside the community. The people who are coming regularly is around 15, although I think it's more towards on my side. You know, there are certain systems that I need to refine a little bit more to ensure engagement goes up higher. But yeah, it's just for a while. The thing is, I left my job just very recently. So, and the reason why I left my job is is like this. About 2 years ago, I went into a seminar. It is one of those seminars that teaches you how to run online marketing. Half of the room in that seminar came from a very famous speaker in Malaysia, based in Malaysia. And you know, I was deeply hurt in that 3 days. The reason why is because I was interacting with a lot of the participants. And out of 10 people who joined this person's program, 9 of them paid around like 40 to 60,000 ringgit over the span of half a year. And every single one of them regretted it. They said that they don't understand what's going on. They give feedback and nobody responding. And I look at that and I thought that, okay, this must be one of those one-off situation. It's impossible that there are more like this. And guess what? Over the next 2 years, as I become more entrenched and more involved in the industry, I start to learn all kinds of stuff. And I find that is probably not so right, because some people are spending their whole life savings on these programs. And after a while, I said to myself, you know, like perhaps there are just way too many people just taking advantage of the situation. And that's the reason why I started coming up. And I said, you know, I told the person who gave me the job, I said, I want to start my own thing. I believe I can do better. You know, because now the world doesn't need more coaches with knowledge. And it goes to all of you as well. The world doesn't need more coaches with knowledge. So if any of you have feelings of insecurities about your knowledge, please don't, because the world needs more coaches that care. People need trainers and teachers that care. And that's who you guys can be. And if you take everything that I shared just now, it has worked for me, and it has worked for my clients. I think in a couple more months we can see a lot more great case studies, but it's working, and I believe it can work for you too. Sorry, I got sidetracked, but I get a little bit emotional with stuff like that.
I would just support you a little bit with one more thing. Like, we are coming from the same background. I'm a dancer. You are in coaching, and you did your gym, and we are both sportsmen. And I believe the only thing that is differentiating someone who is going for the dreams and those who don't is the active steps. That it's okay to listen to the workshop, it's okay to be here with Felix, it's okay to go to for the 5 weeks of the summit and listen to all the speakers speaking, but at the end it's you have to be there for yourself, and you have to do the action. Just like when you want to lose weight, you want to grow muscles, you want to, physically it will be visible, mentally it's not visible. So the thing is that you really have to make the change, and there will be a coach like Felix or anyone else, but it's at the end how you implement what you learn from Felix or from anyone else that you trust. So if it's not working, think about it, whether it's really someone who is giving you value first, maybe aware of it, and second, make sure that you are doing the steps.
Yeah.
That's very, very important. I wanted to add this because I believe we are very aligned. That's why it's Felix on this platform, and we we met for a reason.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrea. So I guess there's no more question.
Everybody's so silent. Guys, are you still here? Be active now and here while he is here. So that's the thing. Okay, I will stop the live because maybe